The Aramaic and Palestinian Targum, Deuteronomy chapter 15. At the end of 7 years you shall make a release, and this is the indication of the custom of the release. Every man who is master of a loan, who lendeth to his neighbour, shall give remission. He shall not have power to coerce his neighbour in demanding his loan, nor of his brother, a son of Israel, because the Beth Din hath published the release before the Lord. For my son of the Gentiles thou mayest exact, but the lawful right, dinar, which is thine with thy brother, thou shalt release with thine hand. If you will only be diligent in the precepts of the law, there will be no poor among you. For blessed the Lord will bless you in the land which the Lord your God will give you for a possession to inherit. If, obeying, you will only obey the word of the Lord your God, to observe and do all these commandments which I command you this day. For the Lord your God blesses you, as he saith to you, that you shall take from many nations, but they will not take from you, and you will have power over many nations, but they shall not have power over you. But if you be not diligent in the precepts of the law, and there be among you a poor man in one of those cities of the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor hold back thy hand from thy poor brother, but thou shalt open thy hand to him, and lend to him according to the measure of his want, through which he is in need. Beware, lest there be a word in thy proud heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and your eye become evil toward your poor brother, so as to be not willing to give to him, and he cry against you to the Lord, and there be guilt upon you. Giving you shall give to him, nor shall your heart be evil when you give to him. For on account of this matter the Father your God will bless you in all your works that you put your hands unto. For as much as the house of Israel will not rest in the commandments of the law, the poor will not cease in the land. Therefore I command you, saying, you shall verily open your hands towards your neighbours, to the afflicted around you, and to the poor of your country. Jerusalem text says, giving thou shalt give to him, nor let your looks be evil at the time you give to him. If Israel will keep thy precepts of the law, there would be no poor among them. But if they will forsake the precepts of the law, the poor shall not cease from the land. Therefore I command you, saying, you shall verily open your hands to your poor brethren, and to the needy who will be in your land. If your brother, a son of Israel, or a daughter of Israel, be sold to you, he shall serve you 6 years, and when the 7th comes, thou shalt send him from you free. And when thou lettest him go away from thee at liberty, thou shalt not send him away empty. Comforting, thou shalt comfort him out of your flocks, your floors, and your wine presses, as the Lord hath blessed you, ye shall give to him. And be mindful that you were servants in the land of Mizraim, and that the Lord your God set you free. Therefore I command you today that you do this thing. But if he say to thee, I will not go out from thee, because I love thee and the men of thy house, and because it hath been good for him to be with thee, then thou shalt take an awl and bore, or apply it through his ear, and that to the door of the house of judgment. And he shall be thy serving servant until the Jubilee. And for thy handmaid also thou shalt write a certificate of release, and give it to her. It must not be a hardship in thy eyes, when thou sendest him away from thee. For double the hire of a hireling hath he been of service to thee 6 years, and on his account the Lord thy God hath blessed thee in all that thou hast done. Every firstling male that cometh of thy herd and flock thou shalt consecrate before the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not work with the firstlings of your herd, nor share the firstlings of your flocks. You shall eat thereof before the Lord your God from year to year, in the place which the Lord will choose you, and the men of your houses. But if there be any spot on it, or it be lame or blind, or have any blemish, you shall not sacrifice it before the Lord your God. You may eat it in your cities, he who is unclean, so that he may not approach the holy things. And he who being clean may approach the holy, may alike eat as the flesh of the antelope or hart. Only you shall not eat the blood. You shall pour it out upon the ground like water. This is the end of the reading. Blessed be his name.